What's up, gamers? Aaron Shack here. We're gonna do a gameplay breakdown of the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League official gameplay trailer. This is the trailer called Flash and Burn that was shown at the Game Awards on December 9th, 2021. So, we'll watch the trailer once through and I'll sort of maybe pause at certain areas and give some commentary here. Maybe we can try to figure out what's going on here. What are some of the gameplay mechanics? Stuff like that.
When I think of the Justice League,
All right, so we got Captain Boomerang.
Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern. You don't want to mess with that lot. But you, Barry, you're just the team mascot, aren't you, mate? The loser of the league, folks. The fastest man alive. It's the Flacker.
Just to make sure, listen, that all happened very fast. But yeah, just to make sure we're all clear what happened there. The Flash like literally came up and punched him in the face. That is so funny. I don't know if I can frame by frame it here. It's such a small. Yeah, like he doesn't even and it cracked the camera. So he basically got smacked. And look at that. You can see multiple Barry Allens. See those red blurs there? Like that's Barry just like. Yeah, isn't that weird? That's so strange. Yeah, let's go back and watch it in full.
Fastest man alive. It's the Flacker.
It's just a bunch of red blurs, and then you see him at the end.
And he's playing for Team Brainiac.
All right. Okay, so just looking at what we have here, we've got Harley Quinn, we've got Deadshot, we've got King Shark, and Captain Boomerang, each with their own specific weapons, right? We're seeing the baseball bat and a revolver, which we'll see more about what's in Harley Quinn's arsenal. With Deadshot, it looks like we have the gauntlet guns potentially, and probably a sniper rifle. There might be more because Deadshot is a really resourceful assassin with lots of weapons. King Shark has like a chain gun that we see at one point. And of course, he seems to be kind of the, Hulk type character, big aggro, smash a lot of stuff type character. And then we have Captain Boomerang. And he appears to have he's got a shotgun, but he also has his boomerangs. And at one point, we see him using an Uzi. So we'll keep an eye out for that. So it looks like there may be some diverse weapons that each character can use or obtain, maybe.
I gave you orders. Kill the Flash, or I'll kill you myself.
Okay, hang on. I just wanted to get a good a good glimpse here. There was something on Deadshot's belt. I don't know what this. Maybe that's a grenade, some sort of type. Like a remote grenade or a missile or something. Just very weird shaped item there. Okay, so Deadshot has a backpack. And Harley Quinn has a grappling hook. And she's using that to swing while we're seeing other characters. So King Shark's able to climb walls, and of course Harley Quinn has some melee abilities. We're going to see him do a lot of slamming, but he does a lot of punching. And then with Deadshot here, we're seeing that he has some sort of a assault rifle here that he's firing, and he's utilizing his jetpack. So gameplay with him, like for me, looks like a lot of fun. So yeah, he pulls that off his back and immediately starts dealing with a lot of the goons here. And this is Rocksteady at their best. They really have a beautiful way of designing combat, the visual flair of the game. Of course, we know them for the Batman Arkham trilogy of games. So we know combat is something they will absolutely nail. Okay, so Captain Boomerang here will be throwing his boomerang. We're kind of getting a sort of a brief showcase of each character very rapidly. Now, see, Captain Boomerang, for some reason, it looks like he's able to move really fast. I don't know what that's about, if that's some sort of upgrade that he gets at some point, or this might just be part of his, it seems like each character might be upgrading certain skills and stuff like that. We're also seeing Deadshot has a thing here. I think it's some sort of grenade. It has to be. Well, everybody seems to have that canister. Okay, so this is where he pulls out the Uzi. So yeah, it looks like he is going to have a pretty diverse set of stuff here. Okay, so now we're seeing Deadshot with his sniper rifle. And of course, we're getting a closer look at each of the heroes in a lot of the trailers that we've seen. We're noticing that they have red eyes, which is always the signifier in comics that, oh no, they've gone bad. And of course, we're seeing kind of a purple veiny thing showing up in certain areas around certain characters. And so we're seeing it creep out of Flash's mask there. So let's go back a little bit so we can see that.
Did you get him? Really? Why don't you just mail me the bullet? I'm the eye in the sky.
Okay, so with Deadshot, we saw him like straight up just jetpack up the building. And now you're going to do some mid-air sniping, which I think that can be pretty difficult. But if this game sort of has a hover type mechanic, which it seems to have with the jetpack, maybe you'll be able to remain steady enough to sink some of these shots. Because this is pro gamer stuff. And I'm definitely like, can I do this too? Like, you know what I mean? Like, seems kind of difficult. And so we're also seeing right here, Captain Boomerang has a revolver. So there might be different weapons that we can substitute out or something. I'm not sure how all that's going to work. We haven't really seen Rocksteady do like a shooter type game. So, and we're also noticing his lips are kind of discolored, I think. So yeah, everybody does look a little not so well. Some of our heroes here.
I'm the eye in the sky.
Lots of spin moves, headshots. Okay, and now with King Shark, I don't know if this is an ability or something, but he's definitely moving fast, and they're trying to convey that he's going to do a big smash. Yeah.
Who else needs a basket?
Okay, and we're seeing that Harley Quinn's grapple gun can be used. I don't know if it's going to be sort of akin to Spider-Man, where it's like, okay, there have to be buildings nearby. Or as we saw, there was sort of a glider that was up in the sky. I don't know. We'll just have to see. I doubt it's going to be Harley Quinn just swinging from the clouds or anything. I think it will be based in reality. But it might be very specific times that she can swing. We'll see. So cool. We're seeing the shotgun at use as well. So not only do we see him throw the boomerang, but we do get to see the shotgun properly used, which looks really cool. Right there. And see, we see him throw it, but then he like dives to catch it. So maybe he could throw it again. I don't know. And she's using sort of an Uzi-like weapon there. So even though we saw Harley Quinn initially with a revolver, now we're seeing her with an Uzi. We're also seeing right here Wonderland District, and then we're also seeing the word arena here. So we are going to be roaming what looks like a pretty big city here. We'll see. Pretty diverse looking, pretty cool. And see, we're also seeing, look at the diversity of weapons that we're seeing here. Okay, so King Shark is got his Gatling gun there, but we're also going to see Harley Quinn with kind of her rapid fire machine gun type weapon. And then we're also going to see Deadshot using his gauntlets. See? Sort of rapid fire. And it looks like he's dodging and stuff and kind of moving with flair. And then we're seeing King Shark. We really haven't seen him use much other than his fists, or fins as one might joke, and his Gatling gun. But here we're going to see him hold up dual sickles. Dual sickles right there. Look at that. And then Harley Quinn with the bat. So we're seeing opportunities for melee combat and such. And even with Captain Boomerang, we're seeing him sort of use his boomerangs like swords or daggers or something, you know? Able to use those in a melee sense. So that could be fun if each character has their own... as we're seeing here, you know, they're all sort of fighting this creature, and they're fighting off enemies from afar as well. So dealing with melee threats and ranged threats at the same time. And as I said, he'll have sickles and his fists, and then of course Boomerang's got his boomerangs that he'll be using his swords. Harley Quinn just whips out the bat, and Deadshot, I mean, it seems like he could probably be punching, but it seems like he's also using those arm guns as like a quick melee type thing, kind of like Iron Man in Marvel's Avengers. Kind of can use his repulsors and lasers and stuff like that in melee combat, as well as being able to aim it for ranged combat. He can just kind of quick fire in whatever direction an enemy is in. So this could be really cool. This looks like a lot of fun. I really have to say, this trailer finally gives us something to discuss, something to shed some light on. Everything else has been like, you know, cutscenes and like, oh no, Superman's gone bad, you know, like, oh, we get to play as the Justice League. It's 4-player co-op game, or I mean, sorry, the Suicide Squad killing the Justice League, and it's a 4-player co-op game. So we have to understand, what does that mean? Is it like a Left 4 Dead type experience? Is it more like Marvel's Avengers? Is it similar to the Gotham Knights game that we're looking forward to as well? This just seems to be kind of its own thing. Just a really good... It's kind of what we always wanted with the Arkham games. A lot of times we would always say, oh, it'd be so cool if we could be Batman and Robin and, you know, other members of the Bat family and co-op and roam Gotham and defeat enemies. This might be kind of Rocksteady delving into that. Okay, so here we're seeing Captain Boomerang also use his teleportation abilities, and we're going to see him do that. Check this out. So he's able to like teleport, jump, and slide, and then he does a flip, but then he's going to like warp right here and then come up. It's really cool. It seems like everybody has their own ways of traversing walls and climbing, because it seems like a lot of the fights, at least in this trailer, have been on rooftops and stuff. So, you know, you have to assume that you're probably going to fall off a roof at some point and have to traverse your way back, or you'll have to get to a rooftop to get to the fight. There's no telling how this game works, and I wonder, how does it work if you're not with your friends? Would you have AI people controlling the other 3 characters? How is the game meant to be played in various ways? So yeah, right there, actually that better explains how the teleportation works. He throws the boomerang and warps to it. So see that? Pretty cool. Now he's got the Uzis and he's sliding. Big jump, big slam. Now here is where we're going to see that King Shark showcases a takedown. Now takedowns are pretty popular in a lot of games, right? The Batman Arkham games had takedowns, moves that you could press 2 buttons. It was like B and Y, or circle and triangle for the PlayStation folks. And you would be able to remove that enemy from combat by taking them down. Spider-Man had it as well. Marvel's Avengers also has the same move. So we'll see it right here. He grabs them and totally eats their skull.
You want to see what a real hero can do?
And then we're seeing Lunar Station. Lots of very interesting, I guess I wouldn't say biomes, but yeah, and we're seeing rocket reds here. And we're also seeing what looks like in this corner, it says Planet Krypton. So it does seem like there might be, this might be a superhero-oriented theme park.
Really thought Flasher had us that.
And so whatever's happening here, there's no clear indication, but it could be just Brainiac nuking the entire area. Once again, this is for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. So this is like one of those games that's like, hey, this is finally showcasing what next gen can do, and I'm very excited about that. But I do hope that we eventually see more production of these consoles. More people can actually buy the next gen consoles. If you're going to have exclusives for those consoles, you definitely want those consoles to finally be available, mass market. So if there's anything else we want to look at here,
Team Brainiac.
I mean, we're just seeing the weapon diversity. We're seeing the way characters traverse the environment. And it seems like everybody has different grenades too that they have on their hip.
Nothing can stop me.
I wish we could have seen what this is, because this looks like it's building up to something. Now, it is said that we are in Metropolis, and so, you know, further confirmation is right here. It says breaking news, Metropolis, you know. So yeah, we might be seeing various diners and delis and such. Probably some nods to comic book history throughout the city, which was really exciting to see in Gotham City when we were playing Arkham Knight and all the various Arkham games.
Did you get him?
So yeah, big city, lots of roaming.
Why don't you just mail me the bullet?
Really good dialogue there.
I'm the eye in the sky. Taking point for you, Shark.
And there's also several parts in this trailer
I'm the eye in the sky. Taking point for you, Shark.
where you see Metropolis here, and it looks like we're sort of seeing. That's hard to make out, but it kind of looks like Superman wearing like the classic Jor-El type armor, you know, the Kryptonian. Ho Ho Charlie's Chicken Shack. Oh my gosh.
Who else needs a bashing?
So she has a grenade that's like a big bomb, and a bunch of playing cards pop out. It's pretty cool.
Got your back, Sharky boy.
No escape from my wrath.
You want to see what
Very action-packed here.
I'll show you. Come on then, you prick.
Yeah, Lunar Station Arcade. I think there was one point here where we...
Really thought Flasher.
There was one point here where I think there was a billboard of Superman. It might have been here at the beginning. So yeah, we're getting a good glimpse of the city, and I'm kind of wondering how that works. Is each district against a certain hero? Yeah, here it is. There's actually a billboard right here at the bottom of Superman.
Flash is alive, and he's playing for Team Brainiac.
I gave you orders. Kill the Flash. Or I'll kill you myself.
So yeah, it seems like we're getting glimpses of the city. There's bridges, there's really tall buildings. It could be that way where maybe it's the city could be split up where you're fighting a different hero, or maybe you sort of start with a certain hero and traverse across the city, and as you defeat each hero, maybe another one becomes a threat at a certain point. I have no idea how it could work or how it could scale in difficulty. But it seems like a big city and a really fun playground. Really well designed as well. So we're seeing lots of enemies, lots of visual flair, lots of explosions and stuff, lots of particle effects, right? You know, the speed stuff, that's got to be...
Did you get him? Really?
Stuff like that, all this stuff has to be balanced, you know, so that characters can traverse similarly throughout the environment and reach. So even though Captain Boomerang may be able to like sprint like the Flash briefly or something, or teleport here and there, you know, Harley Quinn's grapple gun has to be able to sort of get her there and around the same time. It seems to need to be that way for a lot of the characters. Of course, Deadshot here has the jetpack. I think I'm really excited to be him. I would prefer a Justice League game. I'd really love to just be the heroes, but so this game doesn't really target me in that way. Like I'm not like the biggest Suicide Squad fan, but I'm learning to like it as I've watched some of the movies and TV shows and comics and stuff. You know, it's not something I read on the regular, but it's definitely a group that's exciting to watch and fun to see. And I don't really have like a favorite character, but you know, I do enjoy Deadshot from the Batman mythology. I think he's an interesting character. It just seems to have abilities that I might be most interested in. But yeah, once again, we're seeing this right here. It's different than it was earlier. It's like a green grenade now.
Guy in the sky, taking point for you, Shark.
So there's no telling. We might be upgrading various things here. But yeah, we're really seeing just brief gameplay, and of course gameplay footage shown, you know, from specific camera angles. So it really does make this stuff look incredibly fun. But I would definitely love at some point, maybe we'll get an actual gameplay demo where the devs do like a walkthrough and we can see how the game, you know, like that camera angle, and see how the game actually plays. But the frame rate looks great. Like everything looks really steady. Everybody has a slide and a sprint attack, and everybody can traverse rooftops seemingly easily. And it looks like everyone has a takedown as well. That might be what's being showcased there. This looks awesome. That makes me excited to play as Captain Boomerang. Even though I just don't think he's a... Listen, I just don't think he's a cool... He's not that cool. He just throws boomerangs. Like, boomerangs are cool, inherently. Like, you throw it, it comes back. It's pretty cool. But, like, you know, beyond that, like, there's villains with, like, actual abilities. You know, like, you know what I mean? But this looks really cool. Like, this is akin to when I was looking at Destiny characters, warlocks could blink in and out of time and, you know, just sort of appear in different places. And so, you know, the whole teleportation thing and the sliding and running real fast, you know, being a speed oriented character seems really cool. So I just don't get how he slides without building momentum first, but okay, it's fine. And Brainiac is a really good villain. So yeah, there's no telling what that is. But coming 2022, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. If you have any extra commentary to share with us, definitely leave that in the comments down below. Let us know if you're excited about this game. Which character, now that we've seen some footage, which character are you excited to maybe play as in the game. I'm definitely Deadshot, but you know, some Captain Boomerang stuff there looks really cool. I'm not much for big tanky characters, but Harley Quinn could always be fun. She was very fun to play in the Arkham games. There were brief times where you got to play as her. So yeah, leave a comment there. Like the video if you found it helpful, informative, or entertaining. And subscribe to the channel because I'll be doing a lot of coverage over a lot of these games that are coming out. A lot of games to be very excited about. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.